Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of MAKIA FX. On this video, I'll be showing you guys how to properly draw a trend line. As you can see on this chart, I have a very good trend line on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. But I'll teach you guys how to draw a proper trend line on your charts. So on this video, I'll take for Australian Japanese yen and also take for Australian USD. So let me show you how to draw a trend line. I'll just take this one out. I'll go to object list and I'll take out the trend line. Okay, so when I'm drawing my trend line, I always start from the daily time frame or from the weekly time frame. It's loading, it's taking some time to load, but anyways, let's get to it. So when you're drawing a trend line, you start from the tip to the next direction. Like if you let me just draw it so you can see. You start from the tip, right? Like this is the lowest point, right? Because this is an uptrend actually. So you start from the lower high up till the next lower high. So I'll click from here and I'll draw it like this, so this is the trend line. This is point A, this is point B, and according to the strategy, if you're using the trend line strategy, when it comes to the point C, that is when you enter the buy. So at this resistance zone, because trend lines are more of like diagonal resistance and support zones, but as you can see in this chart, we also have a support line around this area at the 80.342. So that's a very good confluence, because at this point we can see exactly what happens. It hits with the trend line, and that's why we could get a very good buy. And as you can see, if you are bought at this point, you'll be making very good profit at this point till you reach this particular point. So that's how they draw trend lines. This is for the weekly time frame, and I think it's more preferable if you're drawing the weekly, then you go to the daily, then you go to the 4 hours and the 1 hour. And note one thing, the trend lines, right, are more valid when it comes to the higher time frame. So if you're drawing a trend line in a higher time frame, it's more valid than a trend line that you draw in, let's say, a 30 minutes or a 50 minutes time frame, because they're not really that valid, if you know what I'm saying. So let's go to the daily time frame and let's draw another trend line. Now on the daily time frame, I can decide to begin from this point. You see it from this point here, and I'll take my line. I'll go so straight, I'll go straight, I'll go straight, and I'll go straight like this. This is a trend line, but as you can see, this trend line has been broken by price action today, which has pushed price down to this level. But currently price is at a certain supply zone, demand zone. So that's why price is going back up, and that's why I bought some trades. I bought some Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and I'm kind of like in some good profit right now. I realize that the market is in a good demand zone at this area. But anyways, I'm on this trade to show you how to draw a trend line, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry for this. Shit, I'm trying to do this, but it's not going. Okay, like this. This is a very good demand zone, and as you can see, when the market reached this zone, it's kind of like going back to the upward direction. So let's look for another chart and let's draw the trend line in the other chart. Okay, let's use this chart to draw a trend line. This is the Australian, the pound Australian dollar. Firstly, you have to go to the daily or the weekly. I prefer to use a blank chart for this purpose. But anyways, let's use this chart. Nope, there's no problems. It's better to go for the daily or the weekly. On a weekly, what do we see? We see it's like the market is going through consolidation at this point. So from sentiment, I believe that the market will be going to the upward direction as time goes on. So let's draw the trend line. As you can see, I'll take the trend line tool. I'll come at the top, at the tip. This is a downward trend, so I'll start at the higher high, like let's say the higher low, and go down to the lower low. So if I'm drawing the trend line from this direction, I'll make sure that it touches the tip. This will be the actual direction of the trend line. Sorry for this, let me just arrange it. Yeah, this will be the direction of the trend line. So this is point A, this is point B. According to our strategy, if it hits the next point, we have to enter a sell order. So if I was here, I'll enter a sell order. This is the weekly analysis, so you can always do that for the daily, the 4 hours, the 1 hour. I think it's better if you end at the 1 hour, but if you're going for very short trades, like if you're scalping, I prefer you can draw trend lines in the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes time frame. It all depends on you, but my trading strategy is more of in a, let's say, in a bigger time frame, if you know what I'm saying. So this is the trend line in a downward trend. It goes for other trades. Let's look for the daily time frame. On the daily, you can still click at this point, right? Okay, you can do it the same here. Yeah, this is it, right? And when you keep drawing your trend line, it doesn't stop there. You have to keep drawing the trend line until you get a very good spot to enter the market, as you can see. So this is the point A, this is point B. At point C, you can enter the market. You can sell at this point, you can sell at this point, and also, as you can see, you can also sell at these other points. This is a very beautiful downtrend, and as we have a downtrend, we have to watch the direction of the market. If the market is going to an upward direction, as you can see, the market came to this zone, which is a demand zone. It start dabbling, like we have some few consolidation. We are having more buy orders, and a lot of people are taking out their sell orders. Now it pushes the market to the upward direction, so we have to start drawing the trend line in the opposite direction. Yeah, something like this. You can still draw it like this, but it's preferable like this, right? You can draw a trend line like this. Yeah, this point A, this point B, and hopefully the market just keep going to the upward direction. So we can look for buy orders at certain zones, right? You know, you just do your analysis and you look at price action and the candlestick. So if you're going to the 4 hours, 1 hour, and the 30 minutes time frame, you can look at your candlesticks, and if you have a very good candlestick, or if you're in a very good zone, a good support zone, you can now enter your trades. So that's pretty much how you draw trend lines. It's a very easy practice, and as time goes on, you can keep drawing your trend lines. You see, I always draw my trend line either in a weekly time frame or in a daily time frame to enter good trades. You see, so I'm watching at the zones. I know that, okay, if the market comes to this zone, I have to see how it's going to react at this zone. Now, as you can see on the daily time frame, we have a bullish power, right? A bullish force that has broken the trend line. Now we have to see how powerful this bullish bullish candle will close at this day. Now if it closes in a positive direction, if it closes above this trend line, it means that the trend has changed and is going to an upward direction. The same goes for a downward trend. So we draw these trend lines to kind of like, let's say, diagonal support and resistance zone, to also give us a clue of how the market is going. And You don't only draw it on the daily time frame. For me, I draw on a daily because I trade from a high time frame, but it's also good to draw it in the 4 hours, the hourly, to know exactly what you're doing. Like you can see, right, it has broken this trend on in the hourly, so I know, okay, I have to now go into buys. So the same can be done in 30 minutes, in the 15 minutes. So that is exactly what we are doing. We're trading, we are drawing trend lines, and as the trend lines are being broken, we go into more positions. So that's pretty much how we do with trend line trading. Thanks for watching. Hope you like the video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. God bless you. Bye.